Hello, welcome to today's yin session. We're going to work all around the body today, whatever time of day you are taking this session. We're going to be 1 hour, so let's move on to that. And we're going to start today simply by rolling the shoulders. Okay, so nice and gentle, whether that's one shoulder, both shoulders. Just rolling back a couple of times. And then we'll move that in the forward direction. Right, just noticing how everything's feeling as we start to move our body. Then take a little sweep of the chin to the chest, circle round and look over the right shoulder. Breathe out, chin to chest, through that half moon position, look over the left shoulder, take a breath in. Breathing out, sweep down, look over the shoulder, breathe in. And breathe out, roll the chin to chest and down, look over the left shoulder. Back into center. And then lift the head gently, just tilting back slightly, lift the chin, drop the shoulders, and back into center. And then we'll take a gentle side to side, just finding the side body. So moving side to side, so we just prepare and feel into the body before we come to our stillness in our yin poses. Okay. Great. All right, so let's move down onto our back so that we can stretch our legs before we take our first pose today. So finding your space down onto your back, and then bring the knees in to just give them a little hug in. Maybe a little rock and roll side to side there. And take a lengthening and a stretch through one leg as you please. Feel into the ankles, the toes, changing legs or doing both legs together. Again, just finding the ankles, the toes, the back of the hamstrings, the back of the legs. Lovely. Then as we draw the knees back into chest, we're going to start to circle the hips. Our first position is going to be with hips in the opening position this morning or this afternoon or this evening, whenever you're watching. Change direction on the legs. And start to close the eyes now and see how this is feeling in the hips. Squeeze those knees into chest once more. And then as you take a breath and let go, breathe out, drop one foot to the floor, then the other. So we're ready to start, starting with the reclining butterfly this morning. So as we place the soles of the feet together, let the knees go wide. If you do need to prop with cushions, prop under that gap. And we're going to take the elbows wide so the arms and back of the hands can drop back into cactus position. I'm just going to keep us on time. So we're going to go with 4 minutes in each pose. Try and draw your shoulder blades down and under. So you might just need to lift your chest to glide your shoulder blades down and rest them into that space. If your shoulders are not happy with the cactus position, then lengthen out from the elbow instead and lengthen out the whole arm. We don't want arms to be hanging off the shoulder and making the shoulder joint heavy. So you could put a cushion under there to support if that's for you, or move the arms to a comfortable place. So as we start in our reclining butterfly today, let's engage and bring that awareness to the breath. So now as we allow the time to pass and the body to feel and relax into the mat, into the ground, the earth. We'll find this lightness as the back of the body gets heavier and connects deeper with the mat. Let's find this lightness at the front of the body through the breath. So these two opposites that we like to come to, these two dualities that we come to in our yin practice. Breathing into that low diaphragmatic breath as we start to inhale, rising up. Exhaling, letting go, breathing out. So rising and doming up as you breathe in. So the effort's on the inhale, the exhale. You can just make a little noise and hear yourself breathing out. There's nothing to do on that out breath other than relax. Just taking that breath in your own time. Make the effort on the in-breath. And make the out-breath passive. Just noticing if there is any tension in the jaw, in the mouth, the tongue, throat. As you breathe in and make that effort with the breath, trying to be conscious of keeping the face and the jaw area relaxed. Feel into the movement of the body through the breath. And continue to find that softness on each out breath, on each exhale. Notice if the back of the body feels like it's closing into the mat. A little bit firmer, heavier, closer. We're going to take one more round of breath here before we close this pose. And then you let go of that last breath. Let the breath just be relaxed. Take your mind away from it. So we bring our attention back to the body. We're going to bring the arms down by our sides, placing the soles of the feet to the mat, bringing the knees in together. And then you might again just take a stretch out, do what feels good to just lengthen the legs or soften the hips. Good. We're going to pop the feet back to the floor, widen the arms, and just take that nice, easy little side-to-side windscreen wiper, even movement, knees side to side, nice and gentle. If you want to turn your head, you can, and keep the head in center. Great. So a couple of times, just feeling around the hips a bit more. Add into that little rotation in the spine. Good. So once you've completed that, you can bring your feet and knees together. And let's move ourselves upwards onto the mat now. We're going to go with hands, knees. So coming into our cat-cow position, just taking a couple of rounds here to move the spine from that stillness that we've been in. Moving through both directions and taking your time in each direction to feel that you're moving both opposite ends of the spine. So we want to lift the crown of the head, we want to lift the tailbone as we're in that cow shape position. We want to feel that stretch on the underneath side of the body, dropping the shoulders. As we round and tuck under, tuck the chin, tuck the tailbone, as if the chin and the tailbone are going to meet at the belly button. So get as high and as long as you can on the arms and legs. And then feel that the shoulder blades can relax back in. Finishing your round of cat-cow now. Give your wrists a little shake out if they need shaking out. And just swing into the shoulders again. We're going to come into Anahata pose now, melting heart pose. So removing glasses, if you have glasses on, that can be good to remove them now. We're going to create a 4-point pose again. Make sure hips are over knees. And then we're coming forwards with the hands and arms. So try not to send your hips back. So we want this nice straight line of the thigh from knees to hips. Bringing the elbows down. Bringing the chin towards the ground, the nose towards the ground. And on each exhale now, we want the heart, the upper chest to come closer to the ground. So the hips are staying nice and high. So Anahata translated as our melting heart pose. So this is evident as we breathe out and soften, that we're softening our heart to the earth. It can become quite intense in the shoulders. Try and breathe with it, breathe through it. If it's too intense, of course, then soften through the elbows again, bend the elbows. Or take the weight and take the hips back slightly to distribute the weight of the body more into the legs rather than the arms. So for more intensity, make sure you're well forward with the hips. And continue to breathe into the earth here. So shoulders get quite tight from all this computer work that we do. Really try and work with any intensity there. You might find you've got some work in the lower back. Trying to settle now to your stillness at this halfway point, finding your edge, finding that place where you've got enough work but not too much. Great, keep breathing with it, keep settling. Good, a few more seconds here, keep breathing deeply. Okay, so find your final release on your exhale. And then we may have got super heavy in this pose. So do take your time to start making your way up, bringing the hands closer in. And as you get to hands and knees, or if you need to sit, do just give those arms a little swing and release and shake out. Okay, so maybe both directions are good, forwards and backwards. And just loosen up. Okay. So he's going to stay on hands and knees for a moment just to come to a threaded twist. Create your space again between the knees and the hands. And then tuck underneath, twisting, bringing the side of the head to the ground. And then a choice of leaving this free hand to the floor or placing the back of the hand and tuck it onto the lower back. Get a little bit heavier on this underneath shoulder. Let this hand on the floor relax. So now we're getting work on the upper part of the back, at the back of the heart space, as well as the shoulder that's on the ground. Of course, if you've got the back of the hands to the back of the body, we're getting a rotation there. And this nice rotation through the spine at the upper part. Try and let go and give in to that underneath shoulder. But it's not tense, it's not hard, it's not holding on. Soften the face. Good. Let's let go of that top arm. Find the ground. Gently bring your way up. We're going to go straight into the second side. Maneuver your way to thread to the second side. And once you get there, decide if you are moving that supporting hand again to the back of the body. So settle into position. Allow gravity to make you feel a little heavier. We come into this letting go process in this present moment, finding this twist, finding this body, feeling gravity, feeling the breath, feel everything that's going on, feel any emotions rising, any thoughts. And just try and let any thoughts drift, remembering we're not our thoughts. And let things start to change. Let the energy in the body start to shift. As we make this effort, we will receive the rewards, the relaxation later, the mental clarity, the range of mobility, increasing in the joints afterwards, around the joint. So we can control our breath, so let's control that. If anything else in your life feels out of control at the moment, just knowing that the only influence we have really is on ourselves and our reaction. So use your breath. Control and move the breath. Bringing yourself to your center. Excellent. Releasing that top arm. And we're going to bring ourselves up a little higher. And from here, we're now going to come into another twist. Two options for you. Forward twist, taking both knees to one side. You might well need your cushion here. Just for that softness, that ease, and it's just nice in this forward twist to have a pillow and have a cushion here. So take hold of that. Both knees to one side, arms back into cactus at either side of your cushion. Keep your head facing the same way as the knees. And get the cushion maneuvered till it's comfortable and settle into that space. So just dropping in, and hopefully that feels a little bit softer with your padding under your head and neck. And you should now feel the breath on this top side lung where it's got space to move, and across the back of the body, across the back of the lungs. Well, there's a lot of capacity in the lungs there that we don't always use and access on a daily basis. Really try and feel that movement. Direct the breath to the back of the body. Relax the legs a little bit more. Relax those quads. If you would like to turn the head in the opposite direction, just get a little lift and push off the arms, turn the head the opposite way. If it doesn't feel right in your neck, then bring it back to the same direction as the leg. Slowing down even further. Becoming more and more relaxed now. Giving our body a little bit of time, giving our mind the encouragement from the breath and slowing into the poses, to the asanas. Feel nicely supported from your props, from your mat here. Sixty more seconds. Consciously keep moving the breath. Got your head turned the opposite way to the legs. Now is the time to bring the head back in the same direction as the legs. Good. Great. Changing direction. So find your hands, bring your way up, and a couple of ways you could change direction. You could turn away from your cushion, roll your legs the other way, or you can bring yourself to hands and knees and go the opposite way. Okay, so find your way to this opposite side. And same again, try and slide your hands into cactus. Head facing the knees to start with. And then just check in with your mind that the ankles, the toes, the feet are relaxed. You could soften the calves, soften the glutes. And what about those big, strong quads? Can you let them let go and soften even more? No holding on required, no effort required here in the legs. Changing direction now with the head as you require, lifting, turning steadily, slowly. Try and settle to a stiller place. Keep the shoulders relaxed. Soften and get heavier. Now is the time to return the head the same direction as the legs. Finding your final breath to finish this twisting pose. And then coming up slowly, slowly. We're going to keep the cushion when you come up, Coming into a wide child's pose now. Toes together, knees going nice and wide. Again, if you need to just maneuver the shoulders and have a little wriggle out of that twist, then do. So the suggestion in child pose today to rest your forehead on your cushion so the nose has space to breathe. And just having the arms comfortably there by your sides of the head, or taking the hands by the feet. Resting the head. If you don't like it on the cushion, by all means, stack the fists, rest the forehead to the fists, very calming position. And give your shoulders a little rest by bringing the back of the hands towards the feet. Let's reduce any effort around the shoulders now. Just notice if the shoulders are trying to hold themselves up, are they trying to hold on to anything? So allow them to dangle. Allow the neck to get softer. The shoulders will get heavier, the arms, let them get heavier and heavier. The ground is here to support us. Slowly, steadily find your attention, find my voice, find the ground, as we are moving on. I'm going to come to a seated position this time, everybody's favourite, the dragonfly. Okay, so going with a wide dragonfly today. We're going to just forward fold with it. We're just going to come straight in. So if you do want a little bit of softening and you want to bring either the cushion forward just to hug onto, Or if you want to sit on the cushion, see if that helps. There's a little bit of a sleepy cushion. So find your way in and down. Just simply use your hands or use your elbows for support. Feel around the body. Notice the hamstring stretch, that inner adductor stretch, the stretch across the kidneys, the back of the body. The belly should be soft. You might still find something across the back of the shoulders. Let's move round the body now to soften. So check in with the toes, the soles of the feet, the heels, the ankles. Send in some softness through the breath to the feet. Reducing any tension at the back of the legs. Are very useful quads at the front of the thighs, are they trying to do anything? Ask your quads to be less useful right now. And relax. Let the weight of the head drop forward so the neck is soft. You're not holding on. Keep softening. Notice the breath. Is it at the back of the body for you? Is it low down in that abdominal area? And at halfway, see the space. Have you created space to move closer to the earth? Finding your edge at this halfway point, a real place of enough work and enough intensity, that juicy place, but not too much. I'm going to read you a poem from Lynette Allen. She was there for herself, and that's all that mattered. In those moments of needing comfort and love and reassurance and touch, for everything else was complicated where she was clear. She knew what she needed, what she wanted, and what her body craved. But she could give it to herself so very eloquently. So she decided to speak softly, whispered secrets, heard sources echo. She was there for herself, and that's all that mattered. Wonderful, well done. Let's move back to an upright position. As you get to that upright, just shake off those shoulders again. And we can bring the hips in, give the legs a little shake out. Take our arms back and take that lovely stretch through the chest and the spine. And then breathe it out. And let's come into a little side to side again, finding the side body. As we're going to come to Banasana next. Good. Okay, so let's find our place at the mat. I can move the cushions out of the way for this one. And as we get onto the back of the body, we know where we're going, nice straight line. And then maneuvering both feet to your bottom right corner. Remember, we're creating that banana arcing position. Shuffling head and shoulders to the top right corner. So feet are in bottom right corner, shoulders and head top right corner. Choice of picking up the left foot, left ankle on top. And then arms long overhead. Take your right wrist around the left wrist, right hand around the left wrist if you can reach. Continue that arcing and let your head just fall into that space where it's comfortable. Using the breath, we want the stretch, the lengthening to be on the left side of the body, from the left hip to the left shoulder. So really feel, it might be automatic for you. This is naturally quite a tight place in the body because we don't use the sides of the body, the sides of the legs very much. So if that's instantly tight, that's okay. Try and maneuver your breath. And find some ease, some softness. That feeling of, you know what, it's too much effort, so I'll just do the opposite and let go and not bother. Trying to come to our feminine energy, this passive, relaxed position. Which is why we can feel so much benefit, because we're in our masculine quite a lot of the time during the day. Through our actions, our doing, our jobs. Feel into your feminine softness, your feminine flow, your Shakti energy. So now we will start to think about maneuvering, letting go of the arms. Undoing the feet, the ankles, and just recentering to the middle of your mat. Just take a moment in the center. Feel the energy. It might feel a little strange right now. So to even and balance us up, we will now go to the opposite side, moving both heels to your left bottom corner of the mat, making that little bit of effort to shuffle your shoulders, your head around to the top left corner. Picking up the right foot, right ankle on top, and then arms overhead. Take your left hand around your right wrist and curve overhead. Make those small adjustments to get settled, to find that most comfy place for ankles, shoulders, neck. And then as you drop into this space, notice that stretch again around the right side of the body. So the right side of the body technically is the masculine side. Energetically speaking, this is our masculine side of the body. And noticing for yourself, does that feel tighter? Does it feel the same? Does it feel softer? And then taking a reflection. As I say, the Western world that we live in lends itself to as being demanding that we be more in our yang, in our masculine, in our doing and action energy. But we can, and we perhaps feel this at holiday time, we can get too much into our feminine of not doing and relaxing too much, and then we become lethargic and tired, and then we feel a bit off and a bit maybe what's the word, not grumpy but agitated. Well, that's because the energy in the body is becoming more stagnant. So just take a reflection. Do you need more feminine energy this week? Do you need to balance it up with a little more action and masculine? So as time has passed, check in with the effort in the body. Let go of any effort that is now being created by the muscles. Excellent. So let's unhook the ankles again, unhook the arms, the wrists, bring the arms down and start to make your way back into that centralized position. Just recenter the hips, placing the feet on the ground, lift the hips and recenter. And just take a moment again in that straight line position. There's this little bit of softness in the middle to even. Find that even energy. Just notice if you can the feeling, the sensations. Does it feel more even now? More balanced? Good. So find your feet to the ground. We're going to come into supported bridge to ask you to take hold of your cushions again. Find that little gap between the feet, the legs, and we'll lift the hips. We're going to place your block or your cushion or both under the lower part of the hips. So if you know that your back is flexible, then you want to go higher than double the cushion or place the block underneath the cushion on top. Let the weight of the hips just drop into that support place. Palms are going to be down. We're going to find that nice, grounded, stable place just to be. And now we can breathe freely into the chest. The chest should feel nice and open. Breath should feel free flowing. Feel that lovely connection between the feet and the mat, the palms of the hands and the mat, the back of the body, back of the head. The softness under the hips. Excellent. Find and feel the feet into the ground. We're going to push the feet down, really firm. Lifting the hips, moving the cushion out of the way. Let the hips come back into the mat. And take a gentle rock through the hips, through the knees. Move the arms out of the way. So whatever feels good is lifting one side buttock then the other, or making it more into your twist. Either way. Take time to just move through both sides. Good. And then take a stretch, nice and long, stretch everything out. Close it all back in, bring those knees to chest. Rock and roll, circle the hips, wherever you need to be. Excellent. So you're going to decide, are you going to sit for the last 5 minutes? Are you going to be in Shavasana lying down? Staying warm, of course, finding any props that you need and coming into that final position. and settle into that space. Settle the arms, hands, the fingers, the feet, the toes. Keeping warm. Finding evenness through both sides of the body. Drop into that place of stillness within you. Drawing all your attention inwards. To that small seed, the little burning ember that is in the center of your body. It is your light. Notice the gentleness of the breath. Relax the face fully. Steadily finding your breath. Just being with that feminine softness, the softness of your heart as you go through the rest of your day. Just knowing that you can come back to your breath. Remember this softness in your heart and your wisdom. The wisdom to take a breath, to take a step back before any action or words. So start to move, start to stretch. And of course, if you do have time, then you can stay where you are or come to a more meditative position now. So thank you for your practice. Many blessings. Namaste.